Welcome back, ladies. We are back for another edition of our weekly Wednesday wardrobe workup. And I'm so happy to be with you today. I'm Kathy Gonzalez, and I'm here with Rita Plantamura, Fran Fulton, and Deb Green. And we are always enjoying being with you and sharing some of our fun tips and trends and ideas about cabbie this season. So we were racking our brains about what to talk about today, and we thought Mother's Day is coming up. It's hard to believe, but we are into April now. And Mother's Day is just around the corner in May. And so we thought, well, maybe we should talk about a Mother's Day theme. So we were thinking, well, tell us about maybe what would your mom like to wear? Or what would you wear to take your mom out to brunch? Or what would you like to buy your mom for Mother's Day? Or just anything that sparks Mother's Day for you. So we're throwing that out there. We've got some good ideas for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start and talk about my mom and what we would do, because my mother loved gardening. And she also was an amazing painter, an artist. She loved Impressionist. Everything was all about spring and gardens and florals. And she actually passed away about 23 years ago on the first day of spring. So when I think of spring, I always am reminded of my mom. So I decided, we actually never really took mom out for Mother's Day because everybody else was taking their mom out for Mother's Day. So we always wanted to do something special. So we either cook her dinner or take her out, a little later in the week. But if I were taking her out, I probably would be wearing something floral. So I've got on our beautiful little violet top, florals, fun, feminine, just very springy. I love the colors. It's just light. It's got little flutter sleeves. So it's really fun and feminine. And then I'm pairing it back with our beautiful, I just went blank, our summer cardigan, just again, beautiful colors for spring. And so that's what I do is I think of mom, I think of spring, I think of florals. And so I don't have any clothes behind me right now because they're still in the back of my car. I just came home from a cabbie show about half an hour ago. So I asked Fran to help me out and show some of the other pieces that we have that are floral. So did I say Fran? I'm sorry, Deb, you go. I'm sorry. So I asked Deb to pull some of our beautiful pieces to continue with the floral theme. So one of the really pretty pieces we have is our Victoria cami. Look at the flowers. Isn't that beautiful? Little buttons down the front, very whimsical, looks great underneath a jacket or one of our sweaters. And very, as it's called, it's Victorian and very feminine. So again, very fun for spring and Mother's Day. And then another piece that I really love for florals is our go-to blouse. You ladies might remember this from last year. It was one of our favorite silhouettes. And last week, you might remember that Deb was talking about the front tuck, the side tucks, and this is one of those beautiful pieces that's, oh, she's already a head start. She's got it already front tucked. But again, great little fun floral whimsical details on the pattern. And I really love it with a fun pair of white cargos, just would be really pretty, or crop pants. And then our last piece, I think I brought as our rotation top. This is so beautiful. Look how fun and spring-like. And again, almost an impressionist feel to it, which again reminds me of my mom because she did like that impressionist style paintings. And it just brings spring and just whimsy to it. So those are some pieces that when I think of mom and when I think of how special she was for me and how much she loved florals, I love it. Oh, and we're going to have a bonus piece, our replay top.
Replay, yeah, because
yes.
Our Heart of Cabbie piece and our Heart of Cabbie week starts the day after Mother's Day. So I thought people would really enjoy seeing this too. Very bold compared to what we've just seen.
Yes, and that's a fun piece, great silhouette. It's a silhouette we brought out from last year. We brought it back, and Deb has a passion, as we all do, for our Heart of Cabbie Foundation. So Deb, thank you for pointing that out to us. So let's go to Fran and see, Fran, what are you thinking about for Mother's Day?
Well, my mom is also no longer with us, but she loved to go out to eat for brunch. So we would be taking her to brunch if she were still here. And I'll tell you a funny little story. Years ago, the Las Vegas brunches, those, they have tons of food. She would bring her own little baggies. And my dad would say, don't do that. And she was like, but I don't eat enough to worth it. So I'm having lunch later too. So she loved brunches. So we would take her to brunch for Mother's Day, and I would probably be wearing a dress. So I am wearing our limited edition, the Perfect Wrap dress. It's got a little tulip sleeve. It's 94% rayon with 6% spandex. So it's got stretch to make it comfy. It's thicker than I thought it would be, and it's a knit. So it's just really comfy. I was expecting something a little more stiff, but this is nice and thin. It's got, I'm going to show you a couple ways. So it's actually a perfect wrap. So it is a real wrap. It's got a little bit of a ruffle on the bottom, and you can wear it like a wrap, or you can wear it. I have just a tank and our leggings underneath, but you just kind of take the straps and tie a little knot, and take the other strap, tie a little knot, and you can wear it like a duster as well if you just kind of do that. So it's a great travel piece because it doesn't wrinkle, and it's just beautiful. I like the blue and white dots. I think it's great, but it looks fine with a solid black column underneath it. So this is the Perfect Wrap. If you do want this, you may or may not get it. And if you do, you may have to wait until June. We're having some cabbie shipping issues in the Port of LA right now.
Well, we've all seen the interesting experiences with global shipping over the last few months, and I know the Suez Canal is still jammed up, but fortunately our clothes don't go that way, so we're very happy about that. But that wrap dress is beautiful, and what I love too is, if you saw our tape last week, Fran was our master of tying all things scarf wise, and now she's learning to she's teaching us how to tie the straps on the wrap dress so that they drape beautifully too. So you're a pro on that, Fran.
Well, thank you.
And I can't wait. I'm looking forward to my wrap dress. I've got it on order, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's
Rita, wanted to. Oh, sorry, Fran. I'm sorry.
It's so comfy. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, it drapes beautifully. Rita, what have you got going on today?
My mom feels like just yesterday. She's been gone a little over 5 years, and still think about her often. And one thing is that she always dressed in layers. She was more of the preppy dresser. So I'm wearing the core cardigan, which is navy blue. And it has, it has the ruching on the sleeves. So it has a half sleeve with all this detail. So this would be something that she would really enjoy. I think this cardigan, because you could wear it over tops, or you could button it up and wear it on its own because it has a beautiful neckline. I'm wearing it with our catwalk top, okay, which is sleeveless, okay, and it's like a summer leopard print, which is like a light colored cheetah. So I love the colors of this one. I'm also wearing it with the navy trousers, so it's almost like a suit. And our pencil trousers from this season, of course, match all the navy blue from prior seasons. So if you have a jacket from navy blue from last season, the season before, or 2 or 3 years ago, it's going to match and give you more for your wardrobe. So the sweater, I think, is a professional look, but it takes it down a little bit. Looks great as a suiting option. All those realtors out there, this would be the perfect thing for you. And also looks good with blue jeans. So, and I like to pop it off with the splash necklace and the splash earrings, because my mom was such a classy lady, and I always think of pearls as being very classy.
I like that look too for a Zoom call. I think that's
Yes.
a perfect look for Zoom, and I think it's a great contrast with a really fun cheetah print. So Deb, thank you. Oh, Deb, thank you for helping me out already, but tell us what you're thinking about for Mother's Day.
Well, I am very fortunate because my mother is still alive. So it's a great blessing, as we all know. So In past Mother's Days, we might eat at home. I would maybe cook for her. You know, she spent many years doing that for me. And so I might do the cooking, or my son might do the cooking for both of us, or we might go to brunch. That's something that we have done in the past. And for my mom, if I were going to be getting her something to wear, it would be the replay top, because it would just be so bright and cheery on her. And I know that it would just make her happy to wear it. And, you know, there isn't a color there that somebody can't wear. So she would like that top so much. For myself, I wear dresses regularly when we go out, but I probably would opt for something kind of in between. And I love the debut dress. I think it's adorable. It's our mesh fabric, so it's super comfortable. It's, you know, it's like wearing, like, I don't know, it's like wearing rubber, right? It's only more comfortable. I mean, this thing stretches. It's so great. I just love it. And today I'm wearing it over our Paragon tank. Again, I love it. It's got that really great cutaway. My hair is in the way here, but hair. It's got that great cutaway cut on it, and, you know, very, very flattering for us. And then I've got our high-low crops on. And then I paired it with our Beast belt from a couple seasons ago, which is the greatest belt ever. And then just a pair of white sandals. So I would opt to wear this outfit for anything, if I cooked at home or if we went out, because I just think it's fresh. I think it's cute, and I think it's dressy enough for a nice brunch out, or easy enough to wear, you know, while I'm cooking here at home. So I'll show you how it looks, which you saw a few minutes ago, but I don't know if you can see our little high-low crops, but I just think they're adorable. This white jean is perfect because, you know, nothing, you don't see anything. And it just, you know, it doesn't give me lumps, bumps, and ripples for a change, which is really nice. I love the tank because it's got that, you know, it is a beautiful cotton tank with a little bit of tiny ribbing in here. So it's got a lot of structure to it and has kind of a nice oofy feel to it. And then, of course, the dress. And I just think the dress is adorable. So I've got the belt tied in the back right now. But of course, you know, you could just leave the dress partially open and tie it in the front. And this belt just stretched like 4 times its length while I was doing that. So very, very easy to wear that way. And the other thing that I noticed that I really like, you know, we've got these 2 little elastic loops, and these actually work on the buttons that are inside the dress to hold it together. But one thing I found, if you've got a gold cufflink or a stud, you can put it through those 2 little loops. And then I was going to bring it down with me and I forgot. But then you've got this little partial closure too, so that when you walk, you still get this cute, like, little bit of movement here, which I really, really like. And very easy to do. You know, I'm sure you can find a single cufflink somewhere that seems to be like socks, right?
Well, it's nice too, because both Fran and Deb are wearing dresses that are so versatile because they can be worn as dusters. So that gives you a little bit extra bang for your buck, because you'll be able to wear it in a lot of different ways. And you wear it well, ladies. It looks good.
Thank you.
And Fran, you and Deb are both moms. So what are special Mother's Day treatments for you? What do you like to have for celebrations for you?
Well, you know, when your mom is still alive, you kind of, you know, do you remember that's kind of where your energies go, you know? But my kids are so sweet, and all of them cook. So they're very, very nice, very sweet about often cooking a meal for me on Mother's Day. And they always do a beautiful card. The boys are both very musical. And so there have been years when they've recorded some original music together, and they presented that to me on Mother's Day. So some really sweet things. My daughter is adorable, and she's the mother of my grandson. So I always have something from the 2 of them, you know, a nice, beautiful card from them. And then they're very good about doing like maker things, you know, so I might get a succulent terrarium or, you know, something along those lines. They're both very, very clever. And then I have 2 older stepchildren too that are just as sweet as can be. And I'm very fortunate.
Well, and I know that the foundation is near and dear to all of us. And I think Kathy mentioned that we have the Heart of Cabby week, the same week as Mother's Day. And I know we're all involved in it that week, but Deb, I know you've been involved in the planning process. So what can you tell us about that special week?
Well, it goes across the United States, and I forget how many events there will be, from California to New York. There's dozens and dozens, hundreds of them, all involving hundreds of stylists as well. What we're doing here in our little SoCal region, the four of us will be involved, and we're working with our wonderful organization, Rainbow Services. They work with women who are moving out of domestic violence situations, and it's just a amazing service. And then also with House of Hope, which is a recovery service for women, and again, just a phenomenal group of people. So we've done this, I think, Rita, this is like our third year working with groups, I think. And, with COVID, it's been dicey. Last year was a very different situation. This year we're doing it a little differently, but we've been really fortunate. We've got a location that we've got outdoor space, and we've got a very large area for dressing room situations. So everything's going to be very, very well controlled. And I'm just so looking forward to it. We get the opportunity of working with about 100 women in these two organizations. And what we'll do is provide each of them with at least 5 pieces of brand new cabbie clothing to help them build a foundational wardrobe, because so many of them, are going into reentry situations, new jobs, school, all kinds of things going on for them. And, especially for the women coming out of domestic situations, sometimes they walk out the door with their children in one hand and maybe their purse if they're lucky, and nothing else. So for them, a foundational wardrobe of new clothing is incredible. So it's just the most amazing experience. I mean, it really does, put a whole new perspective on things for most of us. And then we have the opportunity of each stylist being to kind of adopt one of the girls as they come through and help them put together that wardrobe. So, helping them find a couple of pieces for the top that look great with, something on the bottom, just something to get them started so that they can really work it at that point. And that's what cabbie is great with. You don't have to start from scratch. You can build with what you've got, and cabbie is great with filling in the blanks or starting with your foundation layer and adding on top of that. So, we don't need to start from scratch with everything. Some women do, and that's what we're doing on Heart of Cabbie Week.
Well, and I also want to say that I've talked to a few of my clients and hostesses and friends, and we know that cabbie clothes last forever, okay? But there might be a time when you want to start cleaning out your closet. So I am accepting donations. If you have some of those slightly worn items that are still in great shape, because cabbie will provide, like Deb said, at least 5 or 6 items per person coming through for over 5 or 6 or 700 pieces. But this would be a great opportunity to clean out your closet, and we can bring all of those items, and that would just be in addition to what Cabbie Corporate is offering these women. So keep that in mind, and if I can help or do any pickups, just reach out to me. And I've been starting to store things in my garage. So
please feel free to contact me as well. I'm more than happy to pick up off a porch.
Okay.
We have a big need often for larger sizes as well. So if you're anywhere between a 12 and an 18 or an extra large, or even some of the 20s, and you're finding pieces that you're ready to scroll through for one reason or another, we would gladly take them, but they must be very, very gently used. Like you almost can't tell that you ever wore them. That's exactly what would be most appreciated.
Yes.
We're very excited about Mother's Day, and there's some opportunities if you're looking to do some shopping for your own mom or another special mom in your life, or if you're a mom and want to give a wish list to somebody to help shop for you. We, of course, our collection is wonderful and has some great options in it. We also have a great jewelry line, which you might have seen if you watched our tape last week. And also we have gift cards. So if you don't know what your mom or favorite mom in your life likes, then you just get her a gift card and she will be happy to spend it. And she will be taken very good care of by one of us. And also, just a sneak preview, we do have our next limited edition item is coming up, our collection called the Curator Collection. And that's going to be launching later in April. So plenty of time for Mother's Day. And So when you get any preview information on it, better take advantage of it during our pre-order process because items will sell out. So if you see something that you think you or your mom would like, take advantage of it. If you have to, you can always return it, but don't lose out on the opportunity to get it if you're attracted to it. And again, our return policies are fabulous. So we know that you can shop with confidence with Cabby and make your mom or yourself really happy. So anything else, ladies, you'd like to say before we wrap up tonight?
No.
We're all good?
Tuesday.
Well, thanks for joining us, ladies. We'll see you again next week for another Wednesday wardrobe workout. And have a nice evening.
Bye.
Bye.